What's up, YouTube? What you doing? Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, subscribers and new subscribers to come, and potential subscribers and clients and whomever you may be, potential clients. Okay, no mask here. We don't have any mask on because it's me and it's my husband. And then you see how much I grew his hair. Oh my God, too much hair. So I'm about to do some straight back braids on him. Just 8 of them. So you guys, I used to be so intimidated by doing straight back braids. Just trying to part straight is can be a challenge. Just trying to part straight can absolutely be a challenge. So kind of a easier way to do that, which will make it much easier. Go back to old school when we were in cosmetology school, how we had to section stuff off all the time with those butterfly clips and always sectioning things off. So when you get in a salon and you get behind a chair, you don't do that like you used to. Like, you don't really do all that sectioning off and all of that because sometimes it can just slow you down. But when it comes to partings and sectionings and, when you're doing braids and you want the partings to be straight, you pretty much almost have to do this. So one easy way to do it is first part, one part all the way across the head from ear to ear, which you see I've already done that right there. I've done it, as you can see, already done. So then the reason I was going in the front of him is because I want to do a middle part. So I did a middle part going towards from the front of his head to the back, as you can see. Still maintaining that ear to ear part. So I got all that done. Again, I went ear to ear all the way across his head from ear to ear, which you can see that part already. Then I stood in front of him and I went from the front of his head to his forehead to the crown, very top of his head, and stopped where that middle part goes from ear to ear, that across the entire head. As you see it right here. So when you do that, it makes it a whole lot easier and a whole lot quicker. Actually, that's my first time ever doing it that way, but it absolutely made it a whole lot quicker, a whole lot faster. It was much easier. So then, of course, you got to part from the front of the head to the nape of the neck. So my husband, he keep those earbuds in his ear. Unlike me, I hate anything in my ear. Don't even wear earrings. Hilarious. So I'm just braiding straight back. And his hair was not this long. I grew his hair long, like with the quickness. I grow people hair fast. Even my clients' hair grow fast. So just doing straight back. So kind of, I'm not being mean to him, you guys, but sometimes I have to help him with positioning his head or sitting up a little bit more. That's all I'm doing. So just going, taking that braid all the way back. Again, all I'm doing is 8 straight back braids. So this is just a quick little tutorial, just showing you how much easier and how much quicker it is when you end up just doing like that little initial prep work. And sometimes you can go ahead and section all 8 braids or however many braids you're doing. You can go ahead and section the whole head off. But I didn't choose to do it that way. I just went ahead and did that ear to ear across the head. Then I did that middle part from the front of his forehead to the crown of his head. And then I started with my straight backs. Again, I'm going to do just 8 braids going back. Sometimes I do 10 on him, but lately I've been doing 8. So you guys, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also hit the bell, because whenever you hit that bell, then that's pretty much it's going to alert you whenever I upload a video. You'll be the first to know. As you see, my content is diverse. I'm a licensed hairstylist, and I pretty much do everything, lots of stuff. I even have some playlists now. I'm going to be adding another playlist, which the next playlist I add is going to be mainly for hairstylists, and then I'll add another playlist will be for salon owners or potential salon owners, stylists who want to become a salon owner, or maybe a salon suite owner. Mainly, I'm going to be talking about like a commercial property, like a storefront. So those are a couple of 2 playlists that I'm going to be uploading at sometime soon. And I'm going to be mainly addressing those to, catering those to salon owners who own a storefront salon. And then the other playlist will be mainly for hairstylists, just giving you tips and advice that I've learned over the years that may help you. Still on these straight backs here. So again, just go ahead and subscribe. It's not YouTube is free. It's absolutely free, and anything you learn on here is free knowledge. And who don't want that? So click subscribe, and then you can be another subscriber. So I'm going to hand him the mirror. I don't normally do this with clients, but this is my husband again. So it's just helping me to make sure that the part is straight. It's a quicker way than just turning him to the mirror every time. Especially since I'm making a video, it's just easier to keep him facing forward. Because, with having clients in the chair, every time they get up, move, reposition, you got to get them right back in the chair and get them set up again in the position that you want them in. So it's easier for me making this video if I just have him hold the mirror a second, so I can make sure I got the part straight, at least that front from the forehead to the top of the head. Once I get that and I know that's straight, then I can go ahead and go on back to the nape of the neck. Just clipping everything off is so much easier to just clip everything out of the way. Because once you start braiding, you're going to be using both of your hands. So you won't have a third hand, unfortunately, to try to do anything else. So you want to go ahead and get everything prepped right, so that all you got to do is braid. So also, you guys leave comments. If it's anything on here that you want to see or you want to hear about, or if you're a hairstylist and any kind of advice that you need, that you want to see a video on or tutorial on, or like my YouTube channel, it can continue to grow, but I can put videos on here that, I think people may want to see, but it helps me out so greatly if I can be helping you out. It helps me if I can help you. So if you can drop that down in a comment, just whatever you want to hear about or know about. Again, I came out of cosmetology school in 1981. I owned a storefront commission salon from 2008 to 2020, March of 2020. Actually, February 2020. My lease expired right before COVID. So, a whole team of commission hairstylists. I had some booth rental stylists over the years, but the majority was commission. So any questions you may have about commission salons, how is it to work in a commission salon, booth rental salons, how is it to work in there, salon ownership, I've done that. I've managed hairstylists. I've done tons of advertising and marketing. Just drop it in the comments, you guys. That's all you got to do. Thanks in advance for subscribing. And thank you so much for those who are already subscribed. I promise you, I'm going to do my due diligence. And by that, I mean, I'm going to be uploading videos, but definitely want to upload some things that you guys want to hear, see, or know about. I look forward to doing some live streaming on here because now that I have 100 subscribers, I should be able to do live streaming. So I look forward to doing that at some point. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm getting somewhere here now. I'm on the other side. So the way I normally do it, whenever I do any kind of like straight back braids, I maybe do like 4 or 5 braids, as you can see, on one side, and then I go on the other side. And you know, all braiders are different, all hairstylists do stuff differently, but for me, the reason I do that is because, as you can tell, that very first braid that you do, it's really not straight back. It's kind of curved, kind of almost like a C, like the letter C. So you have to curve it when you get like by the ear, because the ear is there. So usually I go on that other side, like how you see me, you see? I got on the other side just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. And I'm big on edge control. When I had my team of stylists and I used to help them do braid downs, they were always laughing at me because I use so much edge control when I braid. I mean, to each his own. It's just the way I braid. I do use a lot of edge control, but believe me, it helps me to grip way more better. Or way better, rather. Not way more better. Way better. So I'm blocking you guys' view. What's up with that? Not trying to. Didn't know I was. So I'm going to check the camera. I think shortly. I'm sure I'll reposition it. So I'm out of your way now. So as you can see how when you braid right there by the ear, it kind of curves back. So I think after this braid, I think I had 2 or 3 more braids, but I'm almost done. I'm in your way again. Sorry. So one thing about straight back braids, you always have to make sure that anytime you're doing any parting and sectioning, you want it to be as precise as possible. So you have to make sure that you have the client's head, held up correctly. Because when a client is sitting in your chair, especially when they're getting something done to their hair, that's very, very relaxing. So they're not going to be really thinking about, oh, I'm not sitting right, or oh, I'm slouched down, or oh, I'm leaning to the left, or oh, I'm leaning to the right. Or a lot of times, clients, when they're in your chair, they're on their cell phones. Especially younger clients, they're always on the cell phone. So usually their head is down. Usually their head is down, and you may try your best to work with their head down like that. But a lot of times, it depending on what you're doing, you have to have them hold their head correctly. Like, you can't always do everything if the client is looking at the phone or playing games on the phone or head is down or sending a text message or whatever. So you may have to say, hold your head up a few times. But definitely when you're sectioning and parting and you want your stuff to be right, you want your parts and sections to be right, you have to have the client just ask him or her, please hold your head up, or however you need them to sit so that you can make sure that your parts are right. Because if the parts aren't right, of course the client not going to be happy. So you have to make sure you do your due diligence by just telling him or her, can you hold your head up, or can you sit back, or whatever, however you need the client to be positioned. Because if you don't, then your sections and your partings are going to be off. It's not going to be correct. So you have to, let the client know that they're not sitting right, or they're leaning, or whatever the case may be. Especially with straight backs.
I can't fight this feeling. I can't fight this feeling. I can't fight this feeling.